Scar and the Double D Ranch by Jim Cox. Author's Notes. Settling the West was hard. The pioneers who made it happen were hard. They were tough as nails. It seemed as though nothing could stop their westward movement. Not temperatures above 100 degrees or below sub-zero with snow-filled winds that froze hands and toes. Not impassable swamps, rivers, or mountains. These things were the simple challenges that somehow had to be conquered. Life was precious, but at the same time expendable, as they chased after their westward dreams. Sickness and death were part of one's travel. It was not uncommon for a corpse to be hauled for days in the family's wagon until the wagon train stopped for the night at a suitable burial site, or for a baby to be born in the back of a covered wagon while rolling onward with the other wagons. There was no time for delays, not even for death or babies. Yes, settling the West was hard, but people kept coming by the thousands. People from the eastern states came, people from Ireland came, people from all over the world came, causing the new country's western populace to become a menagerie of beliefs, customs, and physical characteristics. This type of population caused problems, but at the same time created strength, determination, and a multitude of ideas. However, in spite of their differences, they had something in common, a dream to go west, where a better way of life was waiting. By the latter part of the 19th century, life struggles in the West started to ease a bit. Territories had become states, which succumbed much of its lawlessness with law and order. Towns were being settled with schools and churches. However, the thing that really magnified an easier way of life in the 19th century was inventions. It was as if God said, "Let there be inventions." These new devices were first made practical in the eastern states, but slowly migrated to the West. At first, people didn't believe these newfangled contraptions really existed, but when they saw the telegraph wires being stretched and the railroad tracks being laid, they quickly became believers. Transportation was transformed from a week's travel in a bumpy, dusty stagecoach to a couple days of travel in a soft, cushioned railroad seat with meal service. Mail service that once took weeks to be delivered took only days on the speedy rail cars, and if information was needed to be sent faster or sent to a remote area, the telegraph system was available. Ranchers and landowners stretched the newly invented barbed wire to restrict free-range cattle and those dreaded sheep from eating their grass. 8 to 12-week cattle drives were replaced with a few days in railroad cars. Printing presses were springing up.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?